The global geopolitical landscape is witnessing a seismic shift as European nations explore alliances beyond traditional Western frameworks. Most recently, a European country is poised to join BRICS, symbolizing a notable departure from the European Union. Critics often mischaracterize BRICS as a NATO equivalent, but this comparison fails to encapsulate their starkly different roles. While NATO embodies military might forged during the Cold War, BRICS prioritizes financial collaboration and economic growth through multilateral partnerships. The emergence of BRICS as a global influence, comparable to the European Union, depends largely on its ability to address internal challenges and leverage its abundant natural resources. Despite its economic potential, current policies under BRICS Plus restrict the admission of new members. However, Turkey has expressed formal interest in joining the bloc, catalyzed by frustrations with the European Union's slow and rigid accession processes. Turkey's unique geographic position at the junction of Europe and Asia adds a compelling layer to BRICS' potential expansion. Strategically controlling critical trade corridors, Turkey bridges Eastern and Western economies. For Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, joining BRICS represents a transformative opportunity to elevate Turkey's global profile in a multipolar world order. Erdogan envisions an economic partnership that aligns with Turkey's focus on increasing sovereignty and reducing dependency on Western-led frameworks. Nevertheless, Turkey's interest in BRICS does not negate its deep economic ties to the EU, which remain a crucial lifeline. EU-Turkey trade is valued at nearly $213 billion, underscoring the economic interdependence. Yet Turkey's pursuit of BRICS membership reflects a growing demand for alternative alliances that provide autonomy and flexibility, particularly in the face of EU policies often criticized as overly restrictive and slow to yield tangible benefits. Turkey is not the only European nation casting its gaze toward BRICS. Serbia has similarly grown disenchanted with the EU's protracted demands and convoluted integration process. Serbian Vice Prime Minister Aleksandar Vulin has voiced his dissatisfaction, citing the EU's unrelenting conditions without meaningful progress toward full EU accession since Serbia's candidacy began in 2012. One contentious obstacle is the EU's insistence that Serbia recognize Kosovo's independence, a demand at odds with Serbia's national and historical identity. While the EU continues to pressure Serbia to align with its policies, notably distancing itself from Russia, BRICS presents a stark contrast. The bloc values multilateral dialogue and respects the sovereignty of its member states without imposing politically intrusive conditions. This aspect has made BRICS an attractive alliance for nations seeking partnerships unburdened by overt external influence. BRICS offers Serbia and Turkey an unparalleled opportunity to collaborate with global heavyweights such as China, India, Russia, Brazil, and South Africa. What unites these nations is their shared aim of creating a multipolar world order by reducing reliance on Western-dominated institutions. BRICS' collective resources and growing economies make it an economic powerhouse, offering participating nations enhanced market access, investment opportunities, and trade diversification. For Serbia, joining BRICS would signify not only an economic realignment, but also a geopolitical pivot. It would enable Serbia to balance its long-standing ties with Russia while seeking new economic prospects. Given BRICS' focus on development through collaboration rather than coercion, Serbia views it as a better alternative to the EU, which has tied economic integration to politically charged concessions, such as Kosovo's recognition. Turkey, on the other hand, views BRICS as a mechanism for advancing its global influence. Leveraging its strategic location, Turkey can shape global trade routes and foster robust economic ties with BRICS nations. This aligns with Erdogan's vision of a more autonomous Turkey, free from the constraints of Western-dominated alliances. The rising interest in BRICS among European nations reflects a deeper dissatisfaction with Western-led economic and political systems. Nations like Serbia and Turkey are re-evaluating their alignment with EU-centric frameworks, driven by demands for political concessions and sluggish progress on membership pathways. Instead, they are looking towards alliances that promise flexibility, respect for sovereignty, and expedited economic advantages. This growing attraction to BRICS poses a major challenge for Western alliances and institutions like the EU. In response, the EU may find itself compelled to reform its policies to retain its influence. For example, relaxing its stringent membership criteria or offering economic incentives could be essential steps to prevent further erosion of its geopolitical influence. Failure to adapt could weaken the EU's standing in critical regions, such as Eastern Europe and the Balkans. Since its establishment in 2009, BRICS has matured into a significant global alliance. Each member contributes distinct strengths. Brazil excels in agriculture and natural resources. Russia holds sway in energy markets and geopolitics. India drives technological innovation. China dominates global manufacturing, and South Africa offers a gateway to African markets. Together, these nations construct an alternative model to Western economic and political dominance. For countries like Serbia and Turkey, BRICS provides not only economic opportunities but also alignment with a vision of global governance that prioritizes diversity and equitable development. The group's commitment to fostering balanced international relationships without punitive conditions makes it increasingly appealing to nations disillusioned with Western approaches. As BRICS' influence continues to expand, its evolution from an economic bloc to a potential geopolitical powerhouse looms on the horizon. A growing interest from European nations highlights the coalition's potential to serve as a counterweight to traditional powerhouses like the EU and the United States. This shift signals a reconfiguration of global alliances and increased economic interdependence among the global South and dissatisfied European states. Should BRICS evolve into a more structured alliance with deep political integration, its role in reshaping international trade, investment flows, and diplomatic relations will intensify. For the EU, this poses an existential challenge. To maintain global influence, it must reassess its strategies to remain competitive and attractive to current and prospective members alike. The rising prominence of BRICS marks a watershed moment in international relations, symbolizing a shift toward a more balanced and inclusive global power dynamic. As nations continue to gravitate towards this alliance, the resulting changes in geopolitical configurations will undoubtedly redefine the 21st century world order. This global transformation invites critical engagement on an international level, urging citizens and media platforms alike to dissect and discuss the implications of such evolving alliances. Like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for following us. See you soon.